In a quiet suburb of Grand Rapids, Michigan, a seemingly ordinary summer evening turned into a scene of tragedy when a woman was found dead in her living room. Police initially believed it was a terrible accident, but the family's pet Parrot, the only witness to the incident, would eventually change the course of the investigation. It was just after 9 p.m. when neighbors called 911, reporting screams coming from the house of 42-year-old Linda Marks. When police arrived, they found a front door unlocked and Linda lying face down on the floor. The living room told a story of chaos: an overturned coffee table, shattered wine glasses, and a trail of red wine leading from the kitchen. Linda had a deep gash on the side of her head. A broken lamp lay nearby. Detectives initially believed she had tripped, fallen, and hit her head. Nothing in the house appeared stolen. There was no sign of forced entry, and her husband, Gary, told officers that Linda had been drinking wine before he went upstairs to shower. In the corner of the living room sat the couple's African gray parrot, Charlie. The bird was silent at first, watching the investigators with unblinking eyes. When the coroner arrived to take Linda's body away, Charlie suddenly screeched, "Don't shoot! Don't shoot!" Everyone in the room froze. The phrase was so clear it sounded almost human. Gary nervously laughed it off, saying the parrot liked to repeat lines from TV shows. But detectives couldn't shake the eerie feeling that Charlie was repeating something it had actually heard. Over the next few days, detectives pieced together Linda's final hours. Toxicology reports showed Linda had alcohol in her system, but not enough to impair her badly. The wound on her head wasn't consistent with a simple fall. It looked like she had been struck with force. Neighbors reported hearing shouting around 8:30 p.m., something they said wasn't unusual for the couple. But one neighbor claimed she heard a man yell, "I'll kill you," before the house went silent. When police questioned Gary again, his story became shakier. He now claimed he had been in the garage fixing tools, not upstairs showering, when Linda fell. Detectives decided to pay another visit to the house. This time, Charlie the parrot became more vocal. As the lead detective stood near the cage, Charlie blurted out, "No, Gary, no, stop it." Then, after a pause, in a chilling, strained voice, the parrot mimicked a woman screaming. The detective's blood ran cold. The parrot wasn't just randomly talking. It was recreating what might have happened the night Linda died. Police re-examined the scene. Forensics revealed that the lamp didn't just fall. It had been used as a blunt object. Blood spatter patterns on the wall supported the theory of a struggle. When confronted with the evidence and the parrot's testimony, Gary finally broke down and confessed. He admitted that he and Linda had been arguing about finances, and in a fit of rage, he struck her with the lamp. Gary was charged with second-degree murder. At trial, prosecutors played audio of Charlie's disturbing words, which investigators had recorded during their visits. The jury was visibly shaken hearing the parrot repeat the argument and scream. The parrot's eerie mimicry became a critical piece of circumstantial evidence, convincing jurors that Linda's death was no accident. Gary was sentenced to 30 years in prison. Charlie now lived with Linda's sister, who says the bird still occasionally repeats the chilling phrase, a haunting reminder of the night Linda lost her life. Detectives say it was the first time in their careers a parrot had helped crack a murder case. What started as a simple household accident became a full-fledged homicide investigation, all because a parrot spoke up,